Welcome to the Primo's Musings podcast.
Good evening. This is Sri here, and here to provide the recap of the third round play, or day 7 of the French Open, which kind of bleeds into day 8, technically speaking, with Djokovic's match going late to almost 3 a.m. Let's start right there. Djokovic played the young Italian Musetti. Got to watch some of the match, at least the first and second set, where Djokovic was in cruise control, was up 4-2 in the second set. Incredible shots from both the players. I mean, there were some shots I never thought that Musetti could make, and he still made them. One hand backhand, just passing down the line. And Djokovic had his own, usual set of great strokes that he always has. And he was up 4-2, but Musetti fought back, went to the tiebreaker. Djokovic did have a set point in the second set tiebreaker, but Musetti fought back and won that at 8-6. And third set, Musetti was on fire. I mean, I don't think Djokovic had many answers for him. Musetti went on to win at 6-2. Incredible serving and a lot of amazing drop shots that forced Djokovic come to the net, and Musetti just finishing off the points very quickly. But then the fourth set, Djokovic bounced back, got the early break, and won it at 6-3. And then it was incredible, like the fans actually stayed back at 3 a.m. to watch Djokovic win the fifth set, 6-love. And Musetti definitely gave his best, gave his heart, but Djokovic showed again why he's the champ, why he has the heart of a champion. He looked tired in certain spots, but I think the crowd and his play just lifted him up to get a glorious victory in the third round. In the other men's matches, Rudd playing Echeverry, and Rudd won the first set 6-4. Got to watch a little bit of that match too. Lost the second set, but then won the next two. Very good for a two-time French Open finalist. Really good to see him play well. He was serving well. He had all the great strokes that he's always capable of, and good for him to move to the next round. From an American standpoint, one good news in terms of Taylor Fritz, he was one of the guys I picked to go to the final as a dark horse, and he won a very tough match. After winning the first two rather easily, but Kokkinakis came back, won it at tiebreaker, and then 7-5, and then Taylor Fritz held his nerves and won at 6-3. This was one of the other matchup for Tommy Paul, where Tommy Paul has been on and off this year. He had a great run in the Australian Open and a few other matches as well. But Cerundolo, the Argentinian, he's one of the players that I think Dr. Dan picked to beat Djokovic. But let's see, the way Djokovic is playing, I like the way he bounced back and won his match today against Musetti. But Cerundolo gets the nod against Djokovic. And Rune, again, this is another player that we both question. He came up big against Kovalik and won rather easily in straight sets. The other one, Zverev, we all know what he did in first round, but Zverev has continued to play well. And it was an incredible, I watched the highlights of this match. Griekspoor definitely seemed charged up after winning the fourth set, 6-4 to even the set score at 2-2. And it went down to the fifth set tiebreaker. And in the fifth set tiebreaker, it's usually they play a 10-point right now. And Zverev was too good for Griekspoor and won it at 10-3. Medvedev, again, had a little blimp, but managed to win against Makhak. And same thing with Diminor, he won as well. So if you look at where we are from the standings, let's look at some of the fourth round matchups for tomorrow. You have Arnaldi taking on Tsitsipas, and then you got FAA, whom I did see him beat Ben Shelton this morning. Shelton was a little hurt, but FAA played very well, and Alcaraz gets to play FAA tomorrow. And then you got Hurkacz and Dimitrov, which we covered, and then you got Sinner and Motet. And in the other fourth round matchups, you have Fritz taking on Ruud, Diminor taking on Medvedev, Djokovic taking on Cerundolo, Zverev taking on Rune. So it's well set up for a great matches over the next couple of days. In the women's, we did have Sabalenka taking down her best friend Badosa. Rybakina continues to impress against Mertens, and one I would say upset on the women's side. Zhang fell to Avanesian in third set tiebreaker. So tomorrow we got some very interesting matchups. You got Swiatek taking Potapova, Danilovic taking Vondrosa, the Wimbledon champ, Goff taking the Italian Cocciaretto, and then Ons Jabeur taking Towson. So interesting matchups that we do have. And then on Monday, you do have Svitolina taking on Rybakina, Navarro and Sabalenka. That'll be a very interesting matchup. Let's see how Navarro matches up against Sabalenka. And then you got Andreeva playing against Gracheva, and then Paulini taking Avanesian, who just upset Zhang. So with that, we wrap up the day 7 of the French Open, or the third round matchup. A lot of the matches finished late due to the weather, but the day actually belonged to Djokovic for playing an amazing 5-setter against Musetti. But the good thing is that Musetti is young, 22 years old. Italian tennis is there with Sinner already world number 2, and Musetti climbing up the ranks. So this bodes well for Italian tennis. And with that, we wrap it up, and I'll see you tomorrow. Thank you.
Thank you for listening. Primo will be back soon.